Hey guys, Chris here from RonBootsFarm, and today we're going to talk about framing in the barn. Alright, so today we're talking a little bit about framing. I'm going to do a separate video about this area over here. We're actually getting ready to frame the walls up on this side. You can see the bundle of studs out there on the trailer. But what I really wanted to talk about in this video is the storage rooms over here. I realized when I was going through my other videos that we got in such a hurry to finish this up. The last time I took a few days off and was doing this, that I didn't really get any of once we put up the ceiling joist and all of that. So I've showed you a video you may have already seen on the torch, which is sitting right there, to do the Shoshugibun style walls, which I've already done in the storage room here, and I will be putting a video out on that next. But I did want to talk a little bit about the ceiling and the walls here so that you can get to see it. So I'm going to hop up this ladder. You can see I've already stored some tile up there. But just so you can see, for those who are interested and don't know much about framing or anything, so you probably saw it. I'll try to put some pictures in here if I have any, because I think I did take a few pictures before we put the plywood up on the inside. But once, and I'll pop a video up here if you see the card up there where we were talking about when I just had the walls framed up. But after that, and of course we ran a little bit of electrical. We just put one plug in there, so it wasn't too much electrical work. And then once we did the spray foam on all the outside walls, we then put up our ceiling joist, which you can see right here running this way. So there's that wall in the middle separating what will be the grow room over there and the storage room here. And there's a ceiling joist running, setting on that wall, and then coming from the end, the outside wall there, the front wall coming back and setting on there. And then the plywood, of course, is screwed up, or actually we use a staple gun, big air staple gun to staple that up. So just the basics on that. I did put the insulation in afterwards on this side because there was room here. So what I did is we put the plywood up instead of having to put the insulation in from the bottom, staple it to hold it in, and then putting the plywood up on the inside. Just went ahead and put the plywood up, and then I cut the insulation, got up here and just put it in the cavities afterwards. On the grow room side, and I'll go in there in a minute, we put the insulation up first because there's not enough room. You can see how narrow it is down there, and it would have been hard to climb in there and try to get all that in. So I actually put it in first, and then we still have to do the plywood. Here you can see some wires hanging down here. This is what we disconnected from the old shop lights. We've left them in case we want to reuse them. We're not sure exactly how we're going to work that out for now. We do have some lights on the inside that we ran and got those hooked up, and three-way switch and all that. So that part's done. I put, because of the span of this, you can see we just put plywood on the 4-foot section for storage, but these are 2x6 joist, and it's kind of pushing the span for that. So we can't just put a lot of weight up here because we didn't run what we call a hog trough or anything for bracing, which would be another 2x6 that would be blocked up on the outside wall plate, and then have a 2x4, 2x6 run both horizontal and vertically across the middle, which would help hold it up. We didn't do any of that just because the span and all that, we didn't want to put a lot of weight out there anyway. So we just ran this 4-foot section of plywood for storage. All I'm going to put up here probably is just this. This is all the extra tile we kept for our house. We plan on staying in our house forever, so when we retiled the whole thing, I just kept all of the extra that we had. This is the main tile that we have in the floors of almost the entire house, so I kept quite a bit of it in case we ever had a plumbing problem or anything like that, and we needed to tear some up or something like that. We would have plenty to replace. And then I also kept the tile for the 3 bathrooms. It all has different tile in those bathrooms, 3 different kinds. And then the kitchen has a different kind as well. And then we have some, there's different for the backsplashes and the tub surrounds and all that. So I kept some of all that. I've got it sitting up here out of the way. It'll probably just sit here forever, more than likely, but we'll have it in case we need it. And anything else we put up here would be just real light, like boxes. You can see the box for the window unit that we stuck in the wall to keep this storage room climate controlled for now. So just things like that. So I just want to talk a little bit about that. I'll go inside and show you the storage room, and then we'll cut this one off, and the next video will be the Shoshugibun that we did on the inside plywood of the storage room. All right, I'll give you a quick peek of the inside of the storage room. Again, I got a video coming out on how I did this, but this is the Shoshugibun that I did on the walls. And then here, what is going to be the grow room, and hopefully you can hear me with the air conditioner running. We have most of this insulated. I do have to do a little bit of stapling, and I have a couple more pieces up here to put in because my stapler completely died. It was a piece of junk when I bought it. a few weeks ago. It would only shoot every other staple, and then it got to where it wouldn't shoot at all, and it just blocked up and wouldn't do anything. So it just, I guess I got a lemon. But pretty much in here, a few more things of insulation. Some of these narrow spots, I've got it cut, but we got to screw the plugs. All these plugs were here. I may have mentioned in another video that I found out that this was going to be used for a kind of like a hair salon by the people who built it, this room. That's why there's so many plugs. I was kind of wondering why they had these plugs everywhere, so many, but apparently it was for that. So there's plugs everywhere in here, so this will be good to use for the grow room because there'll be lots of plugs, and each set of plugs is on its own breaker, so I won't have to worry about throwing any breakers with any grow lights or heat lamps or anything like that. So yeah, so this is what this is. So over the next few days, I'm going to be putting the plywood up in here, along with framing the walls, like I showed at the beginning of the video. Over on this side, begin to build this is going to be our farm room for washing eggs. Going to be all the old cabinets from the house are going to go in there, so storing egg cartons. Going to have a big island for processing meat, chickens, goats, whatever. I'm going to have some extra refrigerators and freezers in there, so that's going to be this room, and then the shop area is going to start back that way. All right, guys, so thanks for joining us for this one. That's going to be all for this video. Sorry, I got my hand in the way. Just wanted to talk a little bit about the framing there, show the ceiling joists, since I didn't get any picture of those in the grow room before we put the plywood up. So that's it for this one. As always, please like and subscribe. We thank all the visitors that have been coming by watching our videos. It's been nice to get back to posting after we missed 4 or 5 months. I've been trying to get one out at least once a week and keep those videos coming regular. So again, thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.